If you're the child of an alcoholic and you feel like you're constantly falling off the wagon when it comes to healthy habits and routines, this is for you. Because let me guess, you really want to be consistent and you are really trying to build a healthy routine. But by midweek, you're over it. Life gets in the way and suddenly you're back to square one, asking yourself, why am I even bothering? I'm Corey. I'm a trauma-informed mind-body practitioner, and I work with adult children of alcoholics to help them come out of survival mode and into safety. And today I'm giving you a super simple and effective method to help you be consistent with your habits and your routines. One of the most common things I hear in the ACOA community is, I really just wish I could be consistent with my habits, or I really just wish I could be consistent with some sort of routine in my life. But here's the truth. Consistency takes discipline, and discipline only turns up in our lives after we've been consistent. So we find ourselves stuck in this bit of a loop where we never actually close the loop because we never give ourselves a chance to build that consistency and discipline because it's hard. And most of the time we give up before that loop completes. And the reason being is because we aim too big. We go too big and too fast. We set ourselves these unrealistic goals, like I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week and I'm going to start eating really, really healthy from Monday. Even though you might be someone who hasn't stepped foot in a gym in 10 years and you're living off takeaway and sugary, crappy snacks. And that's not a judgment. That's just how you've lived your life up until now. But now you've decided, that's it, I've had enough and I want to change. And fair enough. That is amazing. And that's the attitude that you need to change. But the problem is you're starting off too big. Your goal is too unrealistic. And this is when you might go to the gym on Monday and you might actually be super motivated. You're eating well, you're having carrot sticks instead of biscuits in the afternoon, and you find that you are super motivated and energized by this new goal that you've set yourself. But come Wednesday and life gets in the way. Your partner and your kids are pissing you off. You're so tired from work that you really do not have the energy to cook, so you get a takeaway. And before you realize it, Monday has rolled around again and you've completely fallen off the wagon. What I find this starts in our minds is a bit of a shame spiral. And you think, fuck it, this is just who I am. I'm the person who can't stick to goals or be healthy, so I'm not going to bother. But it doesn't have to be this way. And that's why today I want to talk about rut and routine. How to get yourself out of the rut and of the shame spiral of thinking, I am someone who can't stick to healthy habits. I'm someone who can't set a routine or have a routine in my life. I want to help you get out of that and into a space where you can have a routine, because you can. You just need to know how. So look, I was in your shoes for about 5 years. I was the person who said, on Monday, I'm going back to the gym. I'm cutting out all the alcohol. That's it. I'm not eating any more chocolate. I'm not getting any more takeaways. Monday, I'm going to be healthy. And Monday will come around and I would be healthy. But I was so inconsistent that I wasn't giving myself the chance to build the discipline that's needed to stick to goals and routines. And here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. Stop trying to overhaul your life all at once. Instead, start small, like ridiculously small. And when I say start small, I have the exact method I used when I started my healing journey. And that method is the 5-5-5 method. And this is what allowed me to go from overwhelmed, to go from being in a rut, to having a consistent and stable routine. This is the method that helped me wake up in the morning, drink my glass of water, take my supplements, meditate, do my yoga, all without thinking about it. And it's 5 minutes for your mind, 5 minutes for your body, and 5 minutes for your soul. That's it. Just 15 minutes a day. And yes, believe me, it is enough. Because the power is not in doing this once. The power is in doing it every day. So what does 5-5-5 look like? What does it look like to show up for your mind and your body and your soul for 5 minutes, each section, each day? So for my mind, I would meditate I would just sit in stillness with my breath and just tune in and go within. I would journal, or I would do some self-reflection exercises. What's on my mind? Am I overthinking? Stuff that really just helps and prompts you to think about what is occupying your mind on a daily basis. Body. And I would keep this really simple. It's 5 minutes, guys. I would do jumping jacks, push-ups, mountain climbers, plank holds, sit-ups, squats. Pick one, pick two, put a timer on, and just do them. Or if you're not up for intensity, if that's not where you are at the moment, try a gentle stretch. Try yoga. Try just being there in child's pose for 5 minutes. Honestly, what you do doesn't matter. We're not looking for abs here, okay, when we're doing this 5-minute exercise. What we're looking for is consistency and building consistency with movement on a daily basis. And 5 minutes for your soul. Ask yourself, what makes my soul happy? Do you like to read? Drink your favorite drink, whether that's a cup of coffee or a tea, or just be in the present. Spend time with your kids, spend time with a pet, spend time with a loved one. You can dance, you can practice gratitude. Like, this one is so personal. I can't tell you what to do for your soul. Only you know what really lights you up or what you thoroughly enjoy. So pick something that you love and just do it for 5 minutes. So now that you know what it is you need to do, now that you know what you need to do to get out of a rut and into a routine, let's talk about how you're going to do it. Because what you're going to do is important, but how you're going to do it, how you're going to be consistent, how you're going to keep yourself accountable is even more important, because that is what's going to help you build the habit and build the routine. So to make the habit stick and to set yourself up for success, I want to talk through a couple of different pointers that are going to really help keep you accountable and build the consistency that you need. So the first one is pick your days. Now, you can do this 5 days, you can do this 2 days, you can do this 3 days. Again, what's going to fit into your life? What's going to work for you? And when you pick your days, I want you to write them down. Write down. Point 2, as well as the day, I want you to choose the time. So when are you going to do it? Is it going to be morning? Is it going to be evening? When are you going to implement this 5-5-5 routine into your life? Again, if you don't have time in the morning, if you're trying to get the kids out the door to school, if you're trying to get yourself out the door to work, if you're not waking up and giving yourself a lot of space between when you get up and when you have to get out the door, maybe morning is not the best for you. So maybe go with the evening. Again, very individual. You need to pick and you need to make the decision of what works for you. Because what works for you won't work for me. And what works for me might not work for you. Point 3, plan in advance. And what I mean by that is plan your activities. Plan what are you going to do for your mind? What are you going to do for your body? And what are you going to do for your soul? Don't just rock up to your time on your day and sit there for 15 minutes thinking about what you have to do. Because the 15 minutes turns into 30 minutes, turns into an hour, turns into a hell of a lot of effort that you don't want to put in. And to be honest, neither would I. So plan. What are you going to do? Maybe do this at the start of the week. What I like to do on a Sunday, and again, you don't have to do this, I plan out my week of what I'm going to do and when, and I use my Google Calendar. And I have a pointer, which I'm going to go through in a second, about setting yourself reminders. But it's really important for me that I think ahead about what I'm going to do and when. So that, because I've got very limited time, I'm not wasting most of that time thinking about what I need to do. So important. Pre-plan the thing you're going to do in the 5-5-5 space. Number 4, tell your people. Okay, this is so important. People are not mind readers. I have learned that the hard way. If you want to take time, even if it's just 15 minutes away from your family or your partner or whoever it might be in your house, let them know. Tell them, these 15 minutes at the specific time and the specific day are mine. Please do not interrupt me. That way, you can do your 15 minutes all by yourself without the fear of being interrupted and without the fear of your flow being broken. And number 5, like I said previously, set a reminder if you can, all right, especially at the start, and especially because you don't have like a coach or someone to keep you accountable. So who's like sending you reminders and stuff. You have to do that yourself. So use your calendar, use your alarm on your phone, whatever that might be, for whatever day and time you decide to do this. Set a reminder in your phone. This is so important, especially for the beginning, because it's not coming naturally for you to just like get up off the couch and be like, okay, I need to do my 555 now. You might need, and most likely will need, a little prompter to do that. And a very simple way is to just set yourself an alarm. And I know you might be sitting there thinking, but Corey, I don't have time to do this. And I'm going to challenge you on that. And I'm going to say it's an excuse. If you do not have 15 minutes throughout your whole day for yourself, you need to reevaluate where you're spending your time. And am I sounding harsh? I most likely am. But I can bet you are spending that 15 minutes watching Netflix, scrolling on scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, or doing something that is a complete waste of your time. So if you're feeling resistance, if you're thinking in your head, yeah, Corey, that's great, but I don't have time to do that, I challenge you to challenge yourself and look at this differently and really analyze, where are you wasting your time throughout the day? And ask yourself, where can I put in this time and set this dedicated 555 to get me out of the rut that I'm in and into the routine that I really desperately want? And to build this into something that can be more than just spending 5 minutes on your mind, body, and soul, because again, it has its limitations. It's not going to change the world, but it is going to get you started. So my suggestion is do it for a month and then grow it. Because once it feels easy, once you're not feeling a resistance, once it's becoming natural to you, once you feel like you are building a bit of consistency and discipline in that area, you can then add on. Maybe you start doing 15 minutes for your body. Maybe you start doing 10 minutes for your mind. And maybe you keep it at 5 minutes for your soul. But it is so important that you're being sustainable and realistic with the changes that you can make over time. Build slow and expand only when you're ready. Because this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You do not have to overhaul your life all at once. And actually accepting that now makes the process so much more easier. So if you're in a rush and you really want to get into a routine, try this method. It's worked for me and it works for my clients. And it will work for you if you do it. You do not have to stay stuck in your life. There is a way forward, and it starts with just 15 minutes. If you found this video useful, please check out my signature program in the comments below. This is the program where you get fully hands-on, fully personalized and tailored support to help you move forward from the pain of having an alcoholic parent. And as always, if you want to continue on this healing journey with me, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this one.